Welcome back, viewers. It's James Calm, the guy on the bike, bringing you another half-assed art report. And today we're on Bleecker Street, and we're going to go into the ZÜRCHER Studios and look at a fascinating exhibition by Cordy Ryman titled Chimera 45. Well, if you've been watching the Calm Reports for a while, you know that I'm a big fan of painting, and one of the things I'm always kind of keeping an eye open for is experimental painting and people that are pushing the borders of what painting is, and I think this work by Cordy is a great example of that kind of stuff. This is actually, I guess you would consider it a major installation. Now we'll take a closer look at this piece. The show is titled Chimera 45, and Chimera comes from, I guess, a Greek term for a weird creature that's got the head of a lion, the body of a goat, and the tail of a dragon or a serpent. I was going to say, the other thing that's interesting is that Cordy is the son of Robert Ryman, one of the most outstanding and recognized minimal painters. So this construction is all 2x4s, and well, we'll look at a couple of smaller sections here. So Cordy has taken the 2x4s and built up these patterns, kind of diagonal patterns that refer to things like some of Frank Stella's paintings, and then he's used fluorescent paints and maybe just regular enamel to paint on one side of these. And well, maybe the most interesting part is the way that the light reflects off of these. Just look at this section, for example. What ends up looking like a stripe there is actually reflected light coming off of this fluorescent painted section. The other thing is, when you look at these from an angle, they're the sections that are slanted a different way kind of look almost gray. And when you get at it, look at it from another angle, they kind of look white. So there's a lot of kind of interesting reflective and optical things going on. And well, I was just thinking that that's a lot of 2x4s. They're saying that this is recycled wood, and Cordy's done a lot of pieces dealing with lumber and found objects and construction pieces, sheetrock, cardboard. I don't know, but I would say there's probably maybe 1.5 tons of lumber here. Hey, there's the artist right there. Maybe we'll snag him and talk to him. This is a smaller piece with shallower struts in there. Well, it's also a group of smaller pieces back here that are more manageable, and you get a little chance to see some of Cordy's more, what can I say, whimsical approaches to the materials. You can see a lot of this is kind of abject found objects. This almost makes me think of like a child's woodblock set, but you know, they've got a nice kind of formal approach. So that one is probably about 12 inches square. I could be wrong, but I think that Robert Ryman had a studio or maybe an apartment on the Bowery not that far away from where we're at right now. So I think maybe Cordy might be somebody who's from the neighborhood. I like this piece. As you can see, these are a bunch of strips of cut wood laminated together. Some of the smaller pieces he's got encaustic. And here again, it's just the butt ends of a bunch of 2x4s. And he's got a very punchy palette that he's using. Fluorescent reds, fluorescent pinks. It's like an enamel carmine. It's probably about 14 inches square. Well, I like the way that this kind of fluctuates between sculpture, relief, and painting. And yeah, if these were just monochrome, I don't think they'd have anywhere near the same kind of impact. It's a little book that was in collaboration with Mitchell Butter. Butter book number 5. Okay, well, we finally got Cordy just as they're turning off the lights. Tell us a little bit about the show, Chimera 45.
I don't know what to say.
How long did it take you to do the installation here?
The installation took a couple days, which was quicker than I anticipated. Went pretty smoothly.
It's all plywood and 2x4s?
Plywood, 2x4s, paint.
I was going to say, you're looking pretty healthy there.
Yeah.
In case you need a job doing construction, I'm sure you could probably get that done. One of the things that I was kind of interested in was the way that you're using the reflection.
Right.
The reflection of the colors against the wall.
Yeah, well, the wall, it's not the wall, it's actually it's built on panels.
Okay, they're all on panels.
So they have a 48 by 48 inch squares, and they're all divided up into triangles. And it's sort of there is a pattern, but it's fairly loose.
I was going to say, do you feel like you've been influenced by some of the minimalists? I was kind of walking in here and thinking of Frank Stella, and then when I saw the repeated pieces of wood, I was thinking Carl Andre and that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, those are all people that I sort of like, was aware of growing up. So I mean, they're all.
You probably knew them when you were a little kid, right?
Some of them, yeah. Some of them, yeah.
Okay.
And so yeah.
And how about some of the smaller pieces in the little project room? They're just more playful and.
They're just different. I mean, they're just. In my mind, they're kind of along the same lines, but they come off as different.
But something like this, you really have to plan this out and design it, and
that's different.
The other ones are a little more fun. But if you come up with a good idea, you could also expand a lot of those designs if you wanted to get into something else.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I guess what happens is when I'm making a sort of larger installation type piece, which is architectural, I guess, I generate a lot of cast-offs and a lot of other things which become smaller ones.
All right, Cordy Ryman, tell us about Chimera. That's the weird creature, right?
Yeah, I guess it's just a creature made of multiple parts. And
Sort of like these are kind of like paintings, kind of like sculpture,
yeah, and
kind of like relief.
There's four different sort of templates that I'm working off of.
Okay.
Each there's sort of an A panel, B panel, C panel, and a D panel. That all have different lengths, so they don't match up. But they give the impression of a pattern because there's 25% A's, 25%.
All right.
So
Thanks for talking to us.
right.
Congratulations. All right. Okay. James Com reporting on Cordy Ryman's Chimera 45 here at ZÜRCHER Gallery, 33 Bleecker Street, just above Soho. Thank you, Kate. Oh, that was beautiful. I like the blue thumbs. What do you call that harp?
It's a hammered dulcimer.
A hammered dulcimer. It's nice.